Could a company claim property on Mars if it landed there first? Sure. Could it claim the whole planet? No. If you land on Mars, you get to claim the base you establish and some reasonable amount of area around it, but the whole planet? No, not at all. The basis for extraterrestrial property rights is essentially natural law. You own it because you've invested your time and labor in it, and it doesn't belong to anybody else. On Earth, if you have land that doesn't belong to anybody else, you're entitled to take it and improve it and make it your own. And the same thing is true in outer space as well. There aren't very many unclaimed places on Earth. So when you buy a piece of land on Earth, one of the things you do is you do a title search to make sure that the person who's selling it to you actually owns it. In space, it's actually a lot simpler. Because for the foreseeable future, you're going to be claiming property rights in places nobody's ever owned before, and that makes life a lot easier. There are people trying to set up a lunar claims registry that would actually allow for titles and chain of title and that sort of thing to be tracked much like property is here on Earth. Right now, it's pretty much catch as catch can. If you set up a space on the moon and you start working it, you don't have to worry that somebody else already had title to it because unlike a patch of land in, say, Massachusetts, there's no prior title holder. So you won't have to do a title search or anything like that. At some point that changes and it becomes a bigger issue, but that's a ways down the line. Could the U.S. recognize property rights without claiming sovereignty? Absolutely. We do that already. We recognize the rights that people have on the high seas and in other international common areas, and we protect those. That's basically what the Navy does. And protecting people's rights in outer space is the same way. You don't have to claim sovereignty to protect your citizens' rights in an international common area. The United States government has said that if U.S. companies start extracting resources from the moon or from asteroids, it will consider that legal, and it will protect their right to do so. And at the moment, that's probably enough. The Outer Space Treaty gives you some things that look a lot like a property right. It gives you the right to not be disturbed when you are using a piece of the moon or some other celestial body, and it gives you the right to extract resources and take them away, and that looks a lot like a property right already. Extraterrestrial natural resources are absolutely something a company can sell. If you can exploit an asteroid or a planet and extract something valuable from it, you can sell them, and there's no problem with that under the Outer Space Treaty, and there's no problem with that under U.S. law. The Commercial Space Launch Competitiveness Act of 2015 does a number of things, but one of the things that it does is it says that the United States recognizes the right of U.S. citizens to exploit resources in outer space, on the moon, on asteroids, elsewhere, and that it will protect that. And that's very important, and I think has really helped make investors feel more comfortable about getting involved in space resource extraction.